Oh my god, your poor dad.
Oh, and Zane. Did you guys listen?
No, because I don't fucking care. He's a loser.
That's what I think too. Okay, let's talk about
You're so
that.
mad about him.
Oh,
We
I'm
have,
not.
like-
I just truly don't care.
We have the worst takes. People are gonna hate this. Okay.
Well, let's find out.
Okay. Let's
Cannot wait.
Okay, go.
All right, welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
Welcome to this weird day.
Why is it a weird day?
I feel like today's a weird day.
It's a really, the vibes in this world are so weird.
Yeah, the vibes are us three, not to toot our own horns or anything. I feel like we're doing the best that we can.
We're doing the best out of everyone else in the world.
It's just, I
Not
feel
really.
like a lot of people in our lives are having a hard time. Me personally, I'm having a pretty hard time.
Yeah, it's like, it's weird. Like our vibes are good, but like it feels like we're just happy and the world's like burning around us.
Yeah,
We're like that dog in the meme.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But it does feel like everything's falling apart. Like literally my life was falling apart this like on
My life is falling apart.
Right. Sunday night, my AC went out. It's over 100 degrees in Texas, so my house immediately goes to 90 degrees. It's so fucking hot. I have an angel who is so furry that I thought he was going to die. And then my computer kept shutting off, and I think it was because it was sitting on my lap and it was so hot. And so I'm trying to like upload our episode and it will not upload. And then like the episode that I had edited and I pulled all the social clips completely got lost. So I had to re-edit our podcast on Monday morning, upload it. It was just a shit show.
Yeah.
Everything that was going, it's like every little step I took, it was just little bits of like, wait, why is this happening?
Yeah. It's been a challenging week. And Bailey started work again. But you know what? I just have to say, shout out to the people who have started buying things off of your list. Vidisha?
Yeah.
Vidisha.
Thanks, Vidisha.
Vidisha's-
And other people. They didn't leave a note, so I don't know exactly who I'm thinking, but I'm very appreciative.
Oh, if you
Yeah.
buy something off Bailey's Amazon list, tell us who you are and like maybe we can send like thank you notes or something.
Yeah.
You guys could.
But today I thought that I had so many presents because I opened the door and there were so many Amazon packages and 3 of them were for you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was really, really kind of everybody.
It was a really good thing for me to be back at work for the first time since summer's over. And then Paige texted me and said, oh my gosh, you're getting stuff off of your list.
Because I posted your list, did you see?
I did see it.
Yeah.
It was very exciting and a great pick-me-up because I was like, wow, I'm back at the threshold of hell. Just kidding. It was actually a really good day. I'm really excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon, I had 2 packages go missing.
Nice.
They said that they were delivered, but they weren't there. And I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with this with Amazon. It's so annoying. They make you wait 24 hours. And
In case you find it.
yeah, they're like, it's probably on somebody's doorstep. And I'm like, I literally looked. It's not.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know.
That's
Just
bizarre.
FYI. But like, I mean, Bezos clearly knows what he's doing. I got on like the side of TikTok where the Amazon warehouse workers show how they pick like all the different items. And it's like all robots. Like the robots come to them and then it's like they type in, okay, we need a lip gloss. That robot brings over like the whole tray. They get the lip gloss out of there. Then they say like, I need this. And it comes over. And like, so they're stationary at their thing. Whoa. At least from what I saw. So it's crazy. So they must like have stock of everything in one big warehouse. To think about doing that, the process, like setting up that process, that's like insane.
That's
That
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Sounds
That shit
efficient.
Cray. I wanted to give a shout out to one of our 4th sisters, Brant sisters. I'm gonna think it's okay to say her name, even though I don't really know how to pronounce her name. I think
Try
it's Canel.
Canel.
Is that how you would say it?
And that's how I would say it.
Okay, but so she messaged me saying, Paige, typically I am up in Jade's DMs, but since you are the mental health sister, I wanted to let you know I started my own talk and art therapy practice in South Carolina called Treehouse Therapy Solutions, in case you come across any of the other sisters needing mental health resources in South Carolina.
Oh my God.
So I just wanted to give her
Does she have,
and
like,
her
an
little
Instagram?
company. There is a website. So I would just say Treehouse Therapy Solutions in Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston looks fabulous.
I know, it really does.
We really need to go to Charleston. And you guys should actually watch Southern Charm.
Okay.
You know what? That should be your next Bravo deep dive because there's a lot of interesting conversations to be had about like the men on that show because they're like extremely...
Is that the one with Shep?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like pretty problematic and which I actually like that Bravo and everyone on Bravo agrees like these men like fucking suck and they're the ones that are always causing the drama and like the girls they're gorgeous, they're all so smart, so successful, they and they're like the voice of reason. And it's just nice to see that juxtaposition on Bravo where it's like the girlies are just like holding them.
Yeah, they have it together.
Yeah, and the guys don't. That's why I like Southern Charm, and Charleston looks so cool. So
Yeah, well, we should go and then say hi to Canal.
Canal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
What about me? I was at the threshold of hell this
Oh
week.
yeah, we talked about that.
And
then you made me.
And
you
then-
threw me into the fiery pits of hell.
I know, I
quite
said-
literally.
I said, if I'm going down, you're going down with me, sister.
If I fall, you're going down with me.
And so I made Bailey run all over UT's campus for
In a sweatshirt.
I know.
In multiple sweatshirts. I was doing like outfit changes, and Jade was like, "Oh, you can just leave that one on." And I was like, "There's sweat dripping down my back into my shorts. I need to at least put my arms
It was
out."
so hot.
Just layer up.
And then we brought Hank with us because I was like, oh, this is better than him being in the apartment. But it actually turned out it was probably worse because it was so hot. He kept like going like,
It was so sad.
it was so sad.
Well, and then because your air was out, you guys were going to have a sleepover at our house.
yes.
Bailey brought Hank over first, and I was so excited to just like run through the sprinklers.
You were
with
ready
the
to do
dogs.
anti-tings with him.
Well, you don't understand how much I prepared. I went out, I scooped all of the poop because I didn't want anyone running around in the little poopies. I had fresh towels waiting by the door for when we came in. In order to do the sprinklers, I have to like go around the front of the house, get everything set up, and then come like back in the house because the gate doesn't really work that well. And so I finally have everything set up, and the sprinklers are going in the backyard, and I'm like, let's go, everybody. And Hank was afraid. The Frenchies wouldn't even go outside.
You
And-
just have to get Hank to do it one time and
well,
then he'll do it.
That's what I was trying. And I think he thought it was raining or something.
Mm-hmm.
And since it wasn't it was one of those that, goes up like this and then back down. And I think since it wasn't such a constant stream,
Yeah.
he was confused. Because
He gets confused like his
I
mother.
thought once he felt, oh, this is water, this feels good, he would be into it. And he was like, no. As soon as he started getting a little water, he just like ran to the door and he was like, can we go inside now?
Yeah, he's like, what is this?
So-
Did he make you feel kind of dumb?
He made me feel so stupid.
Maybe he was sad because he wanted you to put on your bathing suit. He said,
Well,
"What? I'm supposed to play by myself."
No, I was in workout clothes, but I had already sprayed myself with bug spray because I was going to be out there with them. I thought we were going to run around and just hang out.
I think
No.
Well, Hank was scared of the pool at first, and you really just need to like
Force it upon him.
No, I would never. I just like to show my son like, look, come in, the water's great, and then we gently guide him in, and then next thing you know, he's jumping in the pool.
Right. Well, maybe we can try it again. I do think we should get a mini
pool.
Yeah, a mini pool.
Yeah. Whenever I get back from San Diego, we can have a little mini pool party.
I would love that.
I just have to. I didn't really talk about my time in San Diego, but it was so glorious. Like every single morning I woke up, it was so chilly, so I had to put on a sweatshirt, which
Wow.
was just like complete opposite vibes from here. Like every morning I wake up, I'm like, how can I deal with this heat?
You're like,
for
how can I
another
peel off
day?"
my skin? I can't even
Yeah.
have this layer.
No, totally. And like, so our apartment is very close to the baseball field. So it's really cool because like every night there's a baseball game. We can like hear the cheers, and like there was a little concert there the other night. And then Morgan Wallen is going to be playing at Petco, and we have like front row access with our apartment. So I'm like so excited for that.
That's amazing.
And then it just like honestly has made me really miss California and all my friends. And I don't know if it's just because I had no air conditioning this week. Like literally my basic needs were taken away from me.
Yeah.
And I said this on my story, I think, but Carl, my landlord, is fucking psychotic. I just have to rant about, like, this cannot be normal. I'm like, Carl, what are we going to do about this AC? Like, it is insanely hot. It's actually considered extreme heat, and prolonged exposure to extreme heat can result in death. And I sent him this thing and I was like, Carl, what can we do? Like, what's being fixed? He's like, you're going to get a new AC unit. I'm like, okay, when? Is there going to be compensation? He's like, I think by me only raising your rent $100, that's compensation enough. Like, oh, Jesus, thank you, Carl, for not like being a fucking dick and raising my rent in an exorbitant amount.
And like also look up the word compensation, because retroactively trying to apply a agreed upon amount of how much you're supposed to pay is not compensating you for what is happening to you after that time.
And even Google, we've had a lot of issues with our Google Fiber, and for about a month there would be a day, probably one day a week, where they would dig up the Google Fiber, mess with it. We would lose internet for a while.
Yeah.
And I kept seeing on my account like credited $2.23, like whatever, even though it was, I appreciate them looking out for it, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And Carl's like, I'm like, cool, Carl, but answer my questions of when is it happening, because I'm going out of town, and like, what the fuck am I going to be compensated for this? Because I cannot live in my house. I signed a lease for a apartment with working AC. My AC is not working. I cannot sleep in my apartment or I will die. That seems pretty fucking extreme to me. And he's like, wow, I wish back in my day that when I was without heat or AC for 10 days that my landlord cared enough to replace my unit. I'm like, this
is 2023 and I signed a lease for a reason, Carl.
And like, what does my AC have to do with you and your fucking landlord?
And while I'm at it, I used to have to walk to school uphill both ways. I didn't even have a car.
It's like he's like, I'm operating under the Texas property code. I'm like, same Z's, bitch. Like, it just, Carl has like, he's like trying to have a dick measuring contest with me. And I'm like, let's not fucking go there, Carl. But I tried to just like, I don't want to get kicked out because I really can't get kicked out right now. So I'm just like, all right. Thank you so much, Carl, for blessing me with a working air conditioning unit, even though my unit has been like 30 years old and not working, and everyone has to come repair it every single year. Thank you.
Well, in our landlord news, I feel like we're pretty lucky. She texted us today asking our thoughts on renewing, and first question I had was, how much is rent going to go up? And she said, it's not.
That's delightful.
And I said, oh my God. So I think we're going to renew.
Nice. Well, good for you guys. I'm sure, Carl, how much notice do they have to give you if they're going to raise your rent?
It depends.
So yeah, we usually check, our lease starts in October or something. And so we usually check in June or July. Mm-hmm. And then that gives, I think it's about 90 days is when they would like to know. And then I think 60 days out is when they would start trying to look for people.
Interesting. Well, yeah, that's that with me. Just San Diego, no AC. I'm ready to get out of Texas again because I'm sorry. Carl ruined it for the whole state of Texas because I was actually like looking forward to coming back for just like a little pop in, and Carl ruined it.
Wow.
I know.
Screw you, Carl.
It's Carl with a K too. Like, psychotic.
So are you going to read Britney's book?
1,000,000% I'm going to read Britney's book. How could I not?
So
there's a lot of questions. I'm confused.
Why was she singing the Beach Boys?
Because she's going to Bermuda. She's tired. She just wrote a book.
I understand that she's
Bermuda,
probably I got it, but like I got it. I just didn't understand why it was necessary to weirdly it's not like she said, so because I wrote this book, I'm going to take a break and go. It's like she was in the middle of a sentence and just started singing the wrong words to the song.
There's 2 different videos. You had to watch both of the videos to understand what she was saying.
It's like the opposite of Taylor Swift.
Right. And also, I think we all need to remember Britney Spears is like in her 40s. Like, she did not grow up with TikTok like this.
Does that have anything to do with it?
Because she's not a TikTok girly. She's like, she's trying to like come up with like a bit on the fly, and it's not making any sense. So what she said in the original video, which I told you to watch and you didn't.
I did.
She said,
they're both fucking weird.
Okay. Obviously they're fucking weird. Okay. The woman has been through trauma. But what I'm saying is that when she said, hey guys, my book's coming out and you better like it. And if you don't, that's okay too. But I'm going to go to Bermuda, Bahama. Like, she thought it was a funny bit.
Also, in the first video I saw, all I heard was,
I know, because her boyfriend was in the background.
But I was so distracted by what am I hearing in the background? She's talking, and I was like, is this a ghost? What's happening?
No, and then at the end,
and then he's like, too much,
because then she started saying like, mi caros marido. That's how I sing songs, because I never know the words, but I'm also not a singer. Like, my trade is not singing.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll have to
100%. I'm gonna read it. Do I think it's gonna be good? No. Do I think it's gonna be like Jessica Simpson level juiciness? I really don't think so.
I think I'm gonna pick up where I left off on Jessica's book tonight.
Oh my god, you have to. It's such a good book.
I know.
It's so juicy. You'll love it because like you are so emotional.
I am so emotional.
Like, you just like love like
emotions.
Love, and like you love diving headfirst into love,
as long as it's exactly perfect.
Well, now,
yeah,
but back in the day, no. You just like, you love, and I think you will relate to Jessica like that, in that way. And it's a very well written book. I don't think she literally wrote it, but I think whoever helped her. Well, yes, people have ghostwriters. We do know that.
But she could have done a lot.
People have
ghostwriters. It literally said like she has.
Thank you to my ghostwriter.
It's not. Anyways, do you like not know how books work? I don't know why it just annoyed the fuck out of me that you just said that.
It's like, we know that people have ghostwriters, but some people write more.
I think
some people lean on their ghostwriters more than others. But we just don't know.
I don't even think it's like a ghostwriter. I think it's like, I'm telling this person my story and they're helping me craft it because I'm not a writer by trade. Okay. It's not like a diss to her.
I know, but there's a lot of people that are like in their 40s and who have never been an author, and they're like, I'm going to write a book, and then they just become like, what's her name? Colleen Hoover.
Well, you know what happened with Carol Radziwill.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
You guys have to watch Real Housewives of New York. Mm-hmm. But she's the one who was married to JFK Jr.'s cousin. And he was in the he wasn't in the plane. He had cancer. And she was best of friends with JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. So they died. And then like a week later, her husband died. And so she wrote this book called What Remains. And it was about like becoming a part of the Kennedy family and becoming best friends with Carolyn Bessette. You're crying.
I'm not trying not to laugh.
She's laughing at you. And then you said, oh, no, cancer.
I thought you were touched.
No, I'm trying not to laugh because I don't want to be an asshole.
Okay, What Remains? Actually, Bailey, you would like it because it's like more of like...
what?
Highbrow.
Okay.
Carol Radziwill for you. Jessica Simpson for you. But it's such a good book. But then part of the show, there was like a scandal that one of the ladies was like, Carol hired a ghostwriter to write this book. And it was like...
And then you said, do you not know how books work?
No, because Carol wasn't a celebrity when she wrote this. She was just like...
Was she a writer by trade?
Yes. So that's why it was like drama.
Okay.
Why is she so annoying?
Me?
I don't know.
Tell everyone who's really annoying here in this exact situation.
Everybody.
No, Bailey's gonna say No, Bailey's
Give
gonna
us an
say
answer.
me because I annoyed her this one.
Give us an answer.
You did annoy me, but I actually don't find either of you guys annoying right now.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
It's very interesting.
I don't know why, like being on Prolon just makes me extra annoyed.
Did you guys hear about that woman who killed her husband and then wrote a children's book about grief and how to help her children get over the death?
What?
Yeah, but
How'd she kill him?
well, because they didn't know that she killed him at first. So he died, and she wrote this book to help her children, grieve. And then how many months after?
I don't know. I'm not an expert, but she poisoned him.
Like the Sixth Sense.
I think
kind
it was
of.
with fentanyl.
Oh, like
different.
just straight up. It wasn't like a slow burn.
It was like, let's have I think it was a Moscow Mule, or maybe it was tea, and she made him his little drink, and then
she wrote a book about grief.
Yeah.
That's truly psychotic.
she was like, wait, who would be so good at knowing how to process these big feelings? Someone who caused these big feelings.
she's like, I wish I could write a children's book about grief, but I haven't
But
really.
no one's died that's close to me.
And then she's like, oh my God.
I can change that.
I think I can make this happen. Who does that? Like, I just can't imagine that. Also, did you see that? That I love how you said, I can't imagine killing someone. Like, yeah,
Obviously.
literally, who can? Did you guys see the Manson girl is out of prison after 50 years?
Wow.
Isn't that wild? She literally held someone down while they were stabbed, and she's out of prison.
Wow.
Do you think that that's like she's rehabilitated? She got a college and master's degree, or bachelor's and master's.
I hope so, because I don't know what the prison system is like, but I mean, she was brainwashed, and so I'm hoping after those 50 years, she was able to get out of that mindset.
She's what, probably she was in prison for 53 years. Let's say she was probably 17 when it happened.
It's 70 something.
70. Why not just kick
What?
it in there? For a
Well, I
while?
think that's the point. They're like, who's she gonna be holding down now?
because she's weak, because
Yeah.
she's 70.
Yeah, I mean, not to
I
be
just feel like
ageist.
that seems like a punishment that deserves life.
Well, it depends on if we're having a punitive system or a rehabilitative system. So, she's already been in there for 53 years. Is it just punishment and, that's the only goal? Or is it about
does
trying
punitive mean punish?
to... Yes.
Wow.
She's highbrow.
Wow. Okay. You should definitely read What Remains. That's going to be a good one for you.
All right, great.
Wow. Someone just said broken air conditioners are the best. Broken air conditioners are the best. It builds character, especially if you've worked in customer service and have to deal with hot, angry, tempered people because their air conditioner is broken. What the fuck? People, I hate men on Instagram. I just block them all.
All right, so how about them Emmys?
Bravo got nominated for an Emmy
Really?
for Vanderpump Rules. It's their first ever Emmy. I can't believe that they've been sleeping on Vanderpump Rules. It's one of the most well done docuseries of our time.
The only thing I would say is I don't think until now, because I think that their earlier seasons would have deserved it, but it was probably too early. And
What do you mean?
there was a lot of random. Do you remember that one season where everyone left and they brought all these new people in? That wouldn't get an Emmy. That was a really bad season.
No, but I'm sorry, Stassi bitch slapping Kristen, and then
No, that was good. But that was what, season 3, 4,
no,
something
that
like
was
that?
season 2, and then
2?
Then Kristen comes with her side ponytail and her little navy sequin dress, and she says, "You were right. I did sleep with Jack. It was to the movie Drive."
Ugh.
What is the category for their...
Unscripted
Let me
docu-series or no reality series.
Jeez.
I mean, it's really not pertinent to the situation, but sure. I posted about it. It is outstanding unstructured reality program and outstanding picture editing for an unstructured reality program. But TBH, they really deserve that, because the Vanderpump Rules editors, the way they are so shady is just, it's like art.
Yeah, well,
Were there any other standouts? For Emmys?
The Last of Us had like a million nominations.
I didn't finish The Last of Us. It really made me uncomfortable. I didn't like how things were like rooted in the ground.
I loved that.
It reminded me of like a planter's wart. Have you ever had a planter's wart?
Yeah.
It's those like live forever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a
Oh yeah,
like
you've
a
had like the
mushroom
biggest
fungus.
wart.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me?
She had to have her wart
Should I
amputated.
tell everyone about that?
No,
If
not
you're ready
not
to share
now.
that journey.
It's like I honestly can't listen to that
It's
story again.
honestly, I think about it. So I have a folder in my phone just
No.
called Thumb.
Paige, it's your thumb drive.
It's your thumb drive. That was a good one, Bailey.
Thumb
you.
drive. All I will say, if I'm not going to get into the story now, everyone be very careful where you get your nails done. And if they clip you with their little clippers, do not let them, you would rather them just pour some alcohol on it. Do not let them put super glue on it to trap whatever diseases were on that little clipper into your finger.
Into your finger.
Read to me, allergy.
Okay, also, I just want to get your guys' opinion on... Okay, because were you one deers?
No.
No.
But my roommate was a huge 1D girl.
I think I do not understand the 1D hype at all because when did they come up? Maybe when I was in college?
No, I think like I was in
After.
college.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I think, because I feel
That'd be-
like, when did One Direction form? 2010.
Oh, so I was like just exiting college.
Yeah. Wow. Guess what, guys? They formed on July 23rd, which is Roman's birthday.
Oh my God.
Just a different year, but that's okay. Yeah, I was not into One Direction, but my roommate really was. But I will say, out of the One Direction boys, I always really liked Harry and Niall, and I didn't really care for the other ones. And then as, they got older and, some got into some trouble, whatever, I stand by those decisions, those early decisions. They are the best.
Remember when we saw Niall at my bachelorette party at the Nice
Yes.
Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's so cute, but he's very short.
that's okay. So am I.
There you go, Niall. So Zane was on Call Her Daddy, and the only thing I was interested in is if he was going to address pushing Yolanda Foster, aka elder abuse. And from what I'm gathering, I didn't want to listen to the episode because I truly don't care about Zane. Like, he's just not in my wheelhouse,
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I really just think that of course, anyone can be charming on a podcast,
I've never found him charming.
I don't think I've ever heard him speak.
He says "dawa." He said, "I want to be good for my dawa."
Oh, I was trying to figure out what word you were saying.
No, the way he says daughter is like truly unhinged.
Dawa.
And so basically he kind of says that he says, I know what happened. They know what happened. And basically the gist of it is that he wouldn't have 50% custody if this had actually gone down. And I'm just like, it's just like a little sus.
Yeah, that's a strange way to phrase that.
Yeah, because doesn't he have like didn't he date Selena Gomez?
Well, and that's the thing that I heard, which surprises me because of the Taylor Swift of it all.
But this is my thing with Selena. She's like, she doesn't care.
Well, because Selena dated The Weeknd as well, and so did Bella and Gigi, and then again, the whole Taylor of it all.
But like, I think Selena just kind of doesn't seem to care about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but
Don't say it. We love Selena.
Okay, Selena being best friends with the Beckham and Nicola Peltz, huge red flag. Nicola Peltz is like a known. I don't know a nice word to say. She's like a known like brat.
I only know of her because of their wedding.
Right. And
I don't know her. I don't know anything about. I have no idea who she is actually.
One of my
besides the wife of a Beckham.
Well, one of my favorite things like on the internet, which like this is mean and petty of me, but whatever, is that everyone's like, oh, Nicola wanted this wedding to be like the wedding. Like there was all this like fanfare about it before, and there was the drama with the wedding planners that got leaked and all of this stuff. And then her wedding just was kind of like, what? Like no one really cared. I didn't really see a ton of pictures about it. And then Sophia Richie's wedding was just like the wedding of the fucking year.
Well, but I think, again, I do not know this other woman, but I think with Sophia, she was so, I don't know how I'm about to say what I'm like. She was so relatable, even though she lives in such an unrelatable life.
It's like the Alex Earl effect.
Exactly. It's like here's my, get ready with me to go do whatever. Here's my makeup. Should I wear this dress or should I wear this dress? Like,
yeah,
it was just so.
And she knows what dress she was wearing.
Exactly. She knew, but something about it was so relatable, even though never will I ever be in that world.
Well, and I love the thing that I love about this little like inside joke we have on TikTok is that everyone's like, oh yeah, Nicola's wedding flopped, which is just like her wedding for sure didn't flop, but like it's just I don't know. I think it's kind of funny because she's just known to be like a huge bitch, and the way they treated those wedding planners is like so terrible.
Wow.
I know. And it's just weird that Selena's best friends with them. I think Selena makes weird moves.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it. I think it's very telling. She's not friends with her. Can you don't know?
Look, here's the thing. I think Selena is a powerful, lovely woman. And she's also up for an Emmy, or Only Murders in the Building is.
She's talented.
Yeah.
I think she's a good person. I'm just saying she makes sus moves.
Okay.
Just like I'm sure Taylor Swift is not 100% good.
Watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
Bailey, what were you telling me yesterday in the car?
What?
Well, what? We were talking about something.
We were talking about if the Kardashian kids were going to go to the Eras tour.
Oh my God, this is going to be so good.
And I think you said that the only way that they could really go is if Chloe took them. Oh wait, no, the Toast was saying that.
The Toast said that. I don't think they can go at all. I just don't think that there's any way they can go to this. I think if it was anyone else, if any other person that Kim has had any like slight beef with, which Kim doesn't really beef with people, but I think that this was such a huge moment in Taylor's life. Like she literally hid for years. She said a year. She said there will be no explanation. There will only be a reputation. Like Kim brought her to that point. And it wasn't Kanye. I think if it was just Kanye and Taylor, I think there could be some reconciliation there. But the fact that Kim had to put that tape out and
she called her a snake.
She called Taylor a snake?
Yeah, like her tweets were like the snake emojis or whatever. That's kind of how this whole thing started.
Right. And
or
then
the snake thing.
Yeah. So I don't see a world where the kids can go. But I think they want to go.
Well, the other thing, I feel like Kim is a little delusional because there's been interviews. She was on Watch What Happens Live or something asking about the Taylor thing. Oh, we're good. You know, everything's good. I think Kim is really trying to manifest that things are good. And I think Taylor, I haven't heard anything. I think that she's probably just keeping quiet because she's like, things aren't good. We're not good. I think that there's a world where the kids would go, but I don't think Kim can go.
I don't think there's a world where the kids could go. Even if they were in a suite, people can see them in the suite and like take videos and stuff. I just think it would turn into a huge thing. And then you don't even know how the Swifties are going to act. No offense, but you guys can be a little crazy.
Not to children.
I mean, I would not put it past them. People are unhinged in this world. But it's not just Swifties. It's just like humans in general.
But I also think that the people know that it's not the kids' fault. And if North was the North that we know today, when that happened, North would be the first one to call Kim out and be like, why did you do that?
I don't think North today would call her mother out like that.
I feel like North always calls her mom out.
Like on fun stuff, but like not like this. This is like so crazy.
Yeah.
Like that was such a huge moment in pop culture that like truly ushered in a new era of Taylor.
It's so embarrassing for Kim. Like, that is so embarrassing.
Well, I don't think so. She was like protecting her husband.
But you got caught editing. You really did get caught red-handed lying. That's embarrassing.
I thought what happened is that Taylor decided later on that she didn't want to do it.
No, they edited the video saying, like, Kim and Kanye edited the video making it sound like Taylor gave full consent to all of this, yada yada, whatever. But then the full video leaked later, and which makes it look awkward that they were so strongly being like, wow, she's a liar for going back on her word, blah blah blah, and then like you knew you were the liar.
Yeah, and I mean, looking hindsight's 2020. Like, Kanye is unhinged.
It is weird that they would feel like they need to edit the video, I don't know, like, because I feel like that would be something that maybe would just roll off his back. I don't know how mad everyone would be.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he gets so like his panties in a wad when people are mad at him.
Yeah, it seems like the rappers can deal with that. Like, Taylor can't. And also Kim
or
can't.
Maybe Kim was the one that couldn't take the pushback from.
I think it's just different when the media is attacking a woman versus a man. Like, it's just it has more harsh ramifications for a woman than it does a man. Like, Kanye, how many times did he have to act fucking crazy before we were all like, okay, time to sit down? He literally had to be like the most anti-Semitic person in the world for us to be like, okay, now Kanye is like, we've had enough of him.
Yeah, it's like not fun anymore.
It's like it wasn't all the other fucking times he did that.
Yeah.
Whereas like Taylor does one little thing and the world blows up. Kim does one thing. Kim, how many times have people brought up still to this day she had sex on camera and now that's why she's famous? Like, can you give her a little credit? Like, there's plenty of people like Pam Anderson. Like, Pam Anderson's so famous, but she has not had the 1/1,000,000th of a career that Kim Kardashian will probably continue to have.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love Pam, so please don't. Like, I'm not pitting women against women. I'm just saying, like, just because you have sex on camera. And also, I just want to clarify, those are two different situations because Pam did not know this was going to happen. And Kim, I don't think she knew it was going to leak either. But I don't know.
So you think it's the same?
So maybe it's the same, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just scared about getting canceled because I got a fucking long email today about how I want to, like, silence women.
Well,
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get the exact situation.
No, we can do this offline, and our readers can do the whole. Okay, do you want to do like anything else, or do you want to do listener stories?
Well, it's your show. Let's do what you want to do.
Well, I just don't think we have time to like watch the whole Taylor Swift Kim video.
We weren't going to watch anything.
Okay, so what were we gonna do?
I'm over it. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Listener stories.
Great.
here I go. This
We're all
one,
in a good mood.
I am.
Great.
Oh, guys, big life update for me. Today was day 1 of sobriety.
Congrats.
Cheers.
And
Cheers to
I
that.
have done it so far. It's 8:45, so I'm going to go to sleep after this.
There we go.
I have done it.
And
so
I have
far.
done it. Okay, so do you guys remember that story that that person wrote in when she was having her welcome party for her wedding at her aunt's house?
Yes.
Yeah, aunt didn't tell her that they're putting in a pool,
Yep.
and it was going to be just a big mud pit in the backyard, pretty much. She wrote an update. And I don't know if she changed these people's names, so I'm going to try to do it on the fly, so I might get a little stuttery. Okay. Hi, sisters. This is the orphan dog bride writing into your poor dad wedding corner to let everyone know that the welcome party turned out amazing.
Good.
We took Bailey's advice and took a picture wearing hard hats and construction vests next to the mud pit pool, which I wish she sent a picture because I thought that was a pretty funny idea, and she went with it. I liked it. Okay. The wedding went off without a hitch, no drama, but I do want to share some of the tea involving my Aunt Cindy, the host of said welcome party, who forgot to tell me about the in-ground pool, and my mom's BFF, Danielle. For context, Cindy gives coastal grandmother meets mom from Arrested Development vibes, and Danielle is from Brooklyn and wears cheetah print and sequins every day of her life as a rule. After most of the guests had left the party, Cindy was a few glasses of Pinot Grigio deep, and she started to poke fun at Danielle's hairdo.
Bitch.
No.
She kept telling her she looked like an old lady and eventually started spitting into her hands and trying to use it as gel to fix Danielle's hair. Danielle got very upset and left abruptly. Cindy was allegedly seen eating pistachios out of the garbage a bit afterwards. How do you drop a sentence like that in the middle of the email? Like, that's like a whole other... Danielle called me a week after the wedding to tell me that this blood feud between her and Cindy started in 96 when Danielle brought her boyfriend to the shore house to meet everyone, and Cindy pantsed this man in front of a 20-person dinner party.
Cindy's crazy.
What were they wearing at a dinner party to where he was able to be pantsed?
Pants?
I mean, it was in 1996. It was probably those, like, Hammer Time pants, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about you, but my favorite thing about... Oh, okay. I don't know about you, but my favorite thing about wedding weekends are silly things like this that go on. Silly things like my drunk aunt eating pistachios out of the garbage can.
Like a raccoon.
You're saying Cindy's a raccoon. What if that's like how the email turned out?
She finishes by saying, my unsolicited advice to any 2023-2024 brides would be to chill out. It's not that serious, and save the money on personalized items like napkins, signs, or whatever, and put that money toward a day of coordinator so you don't have to be stressed during your actual wedding day. Which I like that she's come full circle from being the orphaned, like, wet dog when she was, like, so stressed out about this welcome party to, like, guys, it's no big deal.
It's not that deep.
I'm sorry. If somebody spit in their hands and tried to touch my hair, I would freak out.
How would you not level that bitch? Like, that is crazy. Don't
She already kind of leveled herself when she's eating pistachios out of the trash.
What's Danielle's relation to Cindy?
It's her mom's best friend.
Oh, okay. So like they have like
her mom's sister and her mom's best friend, I assume.
Oh my God. Okay, so it'd be like if I was the mom and Paige was my sister. And
I was fighting with like...
And so you were fighting with one of my friends, Shayna.
Yeah.
And then you and Shayna, like, you started eating... No.
Wait, so then... Yeah, so
Shayna started eating...
No, I would be the one eating out of... I would be the raccoon.
You would go full raccoon mode. Because Shayna stole your man in 1996.
But can you imagine...
Shayna pantsed your man in 1996,
Yeah,
not even stole.
Pants. That's what I'm saying. What kind of pants was this man wearing that he was able to be pants?
She stole the man, and then, so to get back at them, Cindy pantsed him.
No, she just pantsed him.
Damn.
It's like you bring Mr. Roberts around us for the first time, and...
Because
Paige thinks it's so funny but to just pants him in front of 20 people.
And that
Paige,
would be
you
like
are
me
unhinged.
going up to Shayna, spitting in my hands and trying to like touch her.
That is so wild. I can't believe Aunt Cindy is a raccoon.
And it's also crazy because Danielle's the one that's like, where's the cheetah prints, the sequin? She has the big hair. It seems like she would be the
raccoon
one to go a little crazy.
Yeah, it's wow.
It's always the ones that have that coastal grandma vibe that really just...
Well, you know,
Cindy thinks she has class, but she does not.
One of my friends who is always very well put together, she a time or two has thrown her McDonald's or whatever away in the trash, and then she gets hungry an hour later and she goes in and it's still wrapped, but still it's gross.
I'm going to give you a tip for that. If you ever like are throwing food away in the trash and you're like, I just don't want to eat this, just pour water. You have to destroy your food if you're going to put it in the trash, or you will turn into a raccoon.
Or just put it in the refrigerator if there's a chance that you might want it later. Like,
No,
you
I
don't,
think, like,
you don't
people
have
do
to
that.
leave it out to see. Because I think for me, it would be seeing it out on the counter.
No, people do that because they don't want to like continue to eat fast food.
Some people do. That wasn't her. She would just throw it away because, I'm full
done.
now. And then she would get hungry and a couple hours later and she would, well, I already have this food. Let me just reach back in the trash and grab it.
You know what one of my friends, Chelsea's family does? She's from Indiana. I feel like this is...
Are they family of raccoons?
No, it's a pertinent detail of the story. They put their leftovers in the microwave. All of their leftovers.
Wait, what do you mean?
To live?
In the microwave, like not in the fridge. So like...
How big is their microwave?
Yeah.
Well, Like, they'll go to, like, Long John Silver, and they'll put their leftovers in the microwave.
For how long? I'm not
As long as
understanding
they
the
need.
statement.
Like, maybe a couple days.
It lives in the microwave until they throw it away?
Yes.
Why?
I know. It's like the running joke of our friend group from college. We'll, like, FaceTime her parents, and they're like, all right, let's look in the microwave. There's always something in there. She also, we have got to get her on this podcast. She's the funniest fucking person. She ran a 5K. No, she ran a half marathon, and she didn't train for it. She said at the end of the half marathon, instead of just like chugging water, she was literally gulping Big Red, the soda.
What? Why?
She's from Indiana.
That's why.
She's so, I love her so much. She's also like very successful and like such a like trendy, cool girl. So yeah. Anyways, do we have another listener story?
I mean, it was just like a query.
Okay. I love queries.
Not advice, but it's just a query. Okay.
A query.
All right. Hi, sisters.
Hello.
I just wanted to spill some tea. My ex texted me for the second time since we broke up.
Ooh.
We've been no contact since the day of our breakup about 2 years ago.
Ooh.
I didn't reply the first time he tried to crawl back. He said something like, hey, you've been on my mind lately. That's all he wrote.
Happy Turkey Day, you turkey.
Exactly. A few months.
Literally.
A few months pass, and then I get a message today. He texted me, hey, we should catch up sometime. Huh?
No.
Again, I'm not going to reply, but I just wanted to share it with my sisters. Also, the audacity for him not to even introduce himself over text as if I still have his number saved, right? It's giving Colorado. That was why she wrote, because of you.
It's truly giving Colorado.
It's giving Colorado, not for the reason of as if you would have his number saved. I would definitely keep his number saved.
Oh my God, I always keep my number saved.
But it's giving Colorado because the audacity that he thinks that he can just say we should catch up instead of addressing anything that's ever happened ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's wild.
She goes on to ask if there's ever a healthy way for an ex to come back, even if the relationship was toxic and immature. Is there a way for a guy to come back and prove his worth?
Okay, I think it depends on what stage of life you were in when the relationship was toxic and bad. Like if you guys were in middle school and it was toxic and bad, and you're now 30.
Well, and
maybe.
like what kind of toxic and bad?
Yeah, like I feel like we throw around the word toxic a
like
lot.
just like you're 21,
like
new to drinking, going to the bar, and
Yeah.
you're just in a little fight every weekend or something. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I would say for me, I would more lean on don't go back to your ex more times than not. But it also depends on like what you guys describe as toxic, what kind of work you've been doing on yourselves. But I think let's say, okay, you guys were in a toxic relationship in high school. And like, what is really toxic in high school? You fight about dumb shit. And then 10 years later, you guys want to get back or he wants to reach out. I think the only way that can really happen is like, hey, I've been thinking about you. It's been a long time. Like, how are you?
Or no, I wouldn't respond to that. I would need more. I would need more of like it's been a long time. I know this is
time.
Excuse you. Something like, I know this is out of the blue, but I've been thinking about you a lot, and if you're up for it, I would really love to get coffee sometime and catch up and whatever. There needs to be something else to where I know this is, I'm addressing that this is weird. Mm-hmm. This is random, but I have been thinking about you. I would like to catch up if you're okay with that. Let's grab coffee or something. Because it's the audacity of just saying, hey, thinking of you. Hey, we should hang out sometime. Why? You know?
Yeah, I think it's the assumption that the other person, like, it would automatically be reciprocated. Like, oh, we should do this. Like, this is the thing we're going to do.
Exactly. And I just have to say kudos to you that he is the one that has reached out to you twice. And you clearly don't seem like you need this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She also wrote that she's been in a relationship now for a year and a half. And even if anything else went poorly, she would literally never get back with this man if they were the last two people on earth. So there was no like feeling torn about, should I respond, should I not?
Right.
could not give less of a shit about this person, but it just made her wonder, is there ever a time you can get back with your ex? Or like what would be the right way for them to reach out?
They have to acknowledge how because when you see that text, you're like, what the fuck? This is so random.
Yeah.
They have to acknowledge that as well. I know this is so random, and I'm probably the last person you thought you would hear from, but I'll be honest, I cannot stop thinking about you, and I would love to catch up and see how you've been if you're up for it.
I also
Yeah.
think it's smart and respectful to kind of get feelers out from any other friends, like mutual friends, of, oh, is this person seeing anyone right now? I don't want to introduce some turmoil into her life or their relationship or whatever.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay.
But I feel like more times than not, just if you're a guy, don't.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Just don't. All right. Well, do you want to sign us off, ladies?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. It's been a real delight. In exchange for listening to this free content, it would be lovely if you could give us a 5-star review and leave a little rating. Additionally, you could follow us on Instagram at YourPoorDadPod and TikTok at YourPoorDadPod. And you could write us an email at YourPoorDad@gmail.com.
And here's the thing. I'm just going to call all of you out because we see how many people listen to the podcast, and I can also see how many people leave reviews. So it's not adding up is what I'm saying.
Well, I also would rather you just like save,
Listen and share.
No. Here's what I would rather happen. I would rather you, if you're going to do anything, send it to your friend.
Yeah, listen and share.
Yeah.
You just said no.
Well, I thought you meant review.
No, like
I wasn't
listen
listening.
and share the podcast.
Listen and share.